How can Pure help someone stuck in project firefighter mindset shift to a strategic leadership mindset?
I think in terms of being able to go and help other project managers move out of firefighting into strategic pieces is seeing just a little bit more of what's over the hill, right? What's a little bit beyond the fire? What are the things that are actually causing the fire rather than just tackling the fire at hand? A lot of project managers, what they run into is that people are screaming and they are saying everything's on fire, but then the project manager doesn't know what to be able to do, so they're just attracted to be able to fighting that fire. So what the Pure PM allows you to be able to do, I think, is be able to give you different perspectives, different ways to think about problem solving, as well as data gathering techniques. And even, we have courses on negotiation and EQ and all of these different elements that you can go and use so that you're not fighting just that single fire. You're just putting them all out or finding a completely different path that completely avoids the fire altogether.
That's really good, because you're absolutely right. When everyone's coming to you saying, this is broken, I need it fixed now, it's very easy to go into that sort of fight or flight mode and think, right, let me get on with fixing it then. And instead of taking that step back to think, okay, let's assess this problem, let's get to a root cause, what's the way to go here? No, really good stuff. Jeremiah, I'll come to you with the same question. How can Pure help someone stuck in the firefighter mindset shift to a strategic leadership one instead?
It's all about understanding. I always go back to frameworks and I go back to planning. When, you having a plan, it doesn't mean it has to go perfect. It doesn't have to have everything. But one of the number one reasons why projects fail is because we don't plan. So inside of Pure, they give you tons of cool tips and tactics on how to plan. But we also give you tools and tactics on how to handle people, because people first and people process platforms and projects, right? So you always got to know how you're going to handle the people. And what happens is we get reactive instead of proactive. So we're reactive in a reactive environment, which is just more fire, throwing gasoline on the fire. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, how do we become proactive in a reactive environment? That's what a plan does for you. So you put together a plan, and if you have a plan and a couple of weeks out what you're doing, depending on what model you're subscribed to, what happens is when things start getting crazy and people start getting uncertain, they're reacting instead of responding. The plan allows you to respond because it gives you guidelines and frameworks that you can kind of like bounce when you're driving down the road. And we have the medium, the lane assist. So when we're driving along and we hit we come back over. That's all a plan is it's a lane assist to help us that when we start getting off track, we can look down the road a little bit and we can see, well, what do we really need to focus on here? How bad is it? See it for how it is and not worse than it is. And then how bad is it? Look at your data, look at all the things, and you can make quick decisions like that and start really helping people respond instead of react by they know what's coming down the line, casting the vision. And inside of Pure, we give you all of those tools and tactics and frameworks that you can leverage. So if you piece it together well and you understand, self-management, self-awareness, you can then express that throughout your projects, and you can be responding more than you are reacting. And that all comes back to having just enough plan that you can cast a vision, keep people focused.
So it's exactly the way I encapsulate metrics as well. I think people can often fall in love with metrics and sort of take them further than what they should be, which is a good indicator or a good signpost that we're heading in the right direction. Mm-hmm. And exactly as you said with the plan there, you just need enough to highlight the next couple of steps. You don't need your metrics to illustrate all the way to the finish line from here, especially when we're on a long-lived project that's months and months long. It's just not sensible to try and apply your metrics or your plan with that type of certainty in mind. Continue to use it as a really good signpost or an indicator, and that can help you then ideate on how you can get from reacting to things that are happening in the moment to getting more early warning signals that you can react to instead, and then proactively try and solve those problems before they develop into issues. Really good stuff.